Hello, hello. Listen, I'm super excited to be joining you all. For those of you who don't know, my name is Lachelle Barnett. I am a launch and brand strategist. A lot of times I'm helping people launch a new program, brand themselves, and so I've kind of adopted both titles. So every Tuesday and Thursday, we do these videos at noon Eastern Standard Time, and this one is focused on marketing, okay? One of the conversations that I have a lot with people is around I need more clients. And so I want to start breaking that down because sometimes we think we need more clients, and we do, right? We all need more clients. Sometimes we think we need more leads, and we got all of these things that we think that we need, but many of them are not needed where you're at right now. And we have to do a better job of actually solving our problems within our business, right? Thinking like a CEO. So let me give you an example here. So when you're first starting, right? So for those of you know, I work with newer coaches, right? So they're in the earlier stages of their journey. And there are all these things that you got to get clear on and understand and all of that. And the thing that I think sometimes challenges people is the fact that, let's just use branding, right? As an example, there's branding, there's marketing, there's sales, there's market clarity, which is what we call brand clarity. We could go on and on and on. We could be talking about automation and technology. There's no shortage of things that you need to know. But I think sometimes what happens is there are 79,000 different things related to branding, brand identity, brand clarity, visual branding. Like it just goes on. And the same is true for marketing, sales, automation, market clarity, et cetera, et cetera. And so the question becomes, how do we simplify this, right? There are lots of things for us to learn. They all have multiple steps. The glue between all of these things, right, is clarity, which I'm not even going to dig into today because that's a whole nother video. What I want you to understand, though, is that when you say that you have a marketing problem or a branding problem or a sales problem, you need to be more specific because all of these have multiple steps. So let's dig into the marketing problem. Now, let me be clear that this is number 3 mistake. This is not the biggest mistake. So there are some prerequisites, right? Go back and catch the other 2 videos. So this is what I want you to start thinking about, okay? When it comes to the 3rd biggest marketing mistake that I see new coaches making, I want you to start thinking about, well, where do your leads come from, okay? And your understanding of marketing. So let's start with that. And I'm actually going to change my color so we're very clear about what we're talking about here. I'm going to try to be fancy because I like to be fancy. So we already have an understanding of marketing. You may not, but I'm saying that because I have videos where I've talked about the basics of marketing. Okay, so let's just assume we have an understanding of marketing, which has everything to do with generating leads, right? Nurturing those leads, and then converting those leads. Okay, that's the basics of marketing. Obviously, again, a million steps that have to do with generating leads, but this is the overview. Okay, so the thing that I find that most people struggle with is, let me change my color a little bit here. I'm gonna just change this to be thinner. Okay, so where are your leads coming from? Right? Sometimes they're coming from Facebook groups. Sometimes they're coming from your Facebook group. Sometimes you're running ads. Sometimes you're doing affiliate marketing. Again, lots of different choices. But the question becomes, where are they coming from? Where are you generating the leads from? And then what happens? So after someone joins your group, then what? After someone sends you a friend request, then what? After someone joins your challenge and they don't sign up for your actual program, then what? Like the question is, then what? This is the next mistake that I see people making. Okay, that clearly does not look like whatever it is that I was trying to write there. So this is what I want you to start thinking about in terms of the second biggest problem. I'm sorry, the third biggest problem, because clearly I can't count. And I almost want to put it in a different color, but I started writing, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, I want you to start thinking about the fact that what you should be doing to answer the question, then what, is going to look different than your business bestie, right? Or other people who might be in the mastermind with you, or programs that you're a part of. This is very specific to you, right? So let's just say you're generating leads from Facebook by posting content, and occasionally people inbox you. First of all, understand that your content is a mechanism for nurturing more than it is for generating leads. Let me be clear about that. It really falls into this category. But a lot of you are using content on social to generate leads, which is not effective, but I digress from there. Okay, so the question becomes, what do you do with that person? Right? They commented on your video, they inboxed you, whatever they did, whatever you did, you need to have a strategy and a system in place for how you move them from these three places, right? These are non-negotiables of marketing. If you don't do them, then you just don't want to get paid, right? Sometimes we let overwhelm and lack of clarity and frustration stop us in our tracks, when really they should be causing us to pause, maybe take a deep breath, maybe a break, whatever we need, and then get up and figure out how to solve the problem, right? Solve the right problem. So you need to have okay, someone is going to comment on my content, and then I'm going to do what? Okay. And then I'm going to do what? And then I'm going to do what? Because you need to have a way to move them into this. How are you then going to nurture them? Right? How are you then going to convert them? You need to have a system in place for all three of these elements. Right? And I put strategy here because your system is going to look different than your neighbor's system. Why? Because it's infused with you. So if I was going to leave you with three things, okay, because I like to be able to give you some actionable things, or some not just information. The first one is a mindset issue. Okay. Sometimes we're not doing the work because we want to make money now, or we got excuses because we work a job and we're busy. And all of those things are factual, but you still have to solve the problem in order to get to the money, in order to get to the impact, in order to get to the freedom. You don't get off the hook just because something is hard, right? So the first requirement, if you're going to solve this particular problem of creating a strategy on how you're going to generate leads, nurture them, and convert them, is a mindset issue that just says it takes what it takes, right? This is what it takes. This is what you signed up for. I just heard somebody say that. I don't remember who it was, but I literally just heard someone say that it takes what it not it takes what it takes, but this is what you signed up for in building an online coaching business, right? If you were building some other kind of business, there would be other requirements, right? But we have to start by embracing. That's the mindset, is embracing that it takes what it takes. Now, let me just say that this process doesn't have to be long, right? Generating leads, nurturing them, and converting them can happen like this. Now, many times it will not, but it can. The more you perfect your expertise, the more you perfect your messaging. But you have to start by understanding and fixing your mindset and embracing the fact it takes what it takes. It takes what it takes. Every time you get anxious and you just want somebody to say yes, it takes what it takes. Okay, that's number one. If you don't fix that, then you either don't do the work that you're supposed to be doing, or you're literally exhausted and hating the entrepreneur journey, and that is not how it's designed to be. Okay, so then the second part is what I'm going to call you, right? You're infusing you. This is the strategy piece. You don't want to come up with a strategy that is completely out of alignment with your personality, right? This is part of the reason why we start with understanding our clients' gifts, so we know whether or not you're going to do podcasting, whether you're going to do YouTube videos, whether you're going to do email marketing, whether you're going to do blogging, because all of that is personality, right? Some of it is you got to align it with your ideal client as well, but we at least start with you, right? understanding what does it look like to infuse you to where it's in alignment with you in each part of this journey. So that way you can actually do it. Because if it's not in alignment with your gifts, your talents, your core values, then you just avoid it anyway, right? That's the strategy piece, you and your ideal client. And then the last one is the strategy. All right, well, what am I going to do to generate leads? Okay, I'm going to start running Facebook ads, right? Or I'm going to start affiliate marketing, or I'm going to post, whatever, like whatever your strategy is, your strategy that you decided here, you need to put systems around it. Once I run my Facebook ad, then they'll be added to my CRM, right? Once they're added to my CRM, then they'll get a welcome email, right? Once they get a welcome email, then they'll get, a video, whatever it is. There's a then what that happens with the systems. Okay. Same thing with the nurturing. Okay. What happens? A lot of people are using Facebook, their personal Facebook groups. Okay. So what systems can you put in place to nurture your community? This is about understanding your audience, right? Same thing here. Systems. It's all systems, right? What are the systems? And usually it has some level of automation, but for sure there are systems. Systems and automation are not the same, right? They're connected, but they're not the same. I could have a system that's all organic that I all do myself, or I could have a system that also includes automation. The systems part is non-negotiable. The automation is what just helps, right? So hopefully this is helpful to you. You're welcome to drop questions. Anytime that you want. We always check the video. So you guys have a great and fabulous day.